Hello, and welcome back to another guided video. For this project, you'll be acting as a database analyst for the New York Department of Motor Vehicles. They need your help to create and refine several queries to analyze traffic ticket data. Let's go ahead and begin by downloading the start file. Okay. Once that's downloaded, you would need to go to the properties before you open it and then select unblock. Now you should be able to open it and then enable content. Okay, let me go ahead and rearrange my window. So 1, 2, and 3 is done. For step 4, it wants us to create a new summary query in design view. The query counts the number of tickets issued by city and violation. So let's go to create and select query design. And then they want us to add the tickets table into the query design window, which is this gray area here. So click and drag tickets and then expand the window to show all fields. Okay. Add the following fields to the query: city, primary factor, and ticket number. And you do that by going to the bottom part of access and select the drop-down arrow for the first field and select city. Go to the second column and select primary factor. Third column is ticket number. Add the total row to the query for part D. So you do that by clicking the totals button up in the ribbon. And you notice there's total now. And then the only thing they want us to change for the total is the last one, where we need to change it to count. Okay. You do that by clicking the drop-down arrow and selecting count from the drop-down options. Let's go ahead and save the query. And then you can either type it. For me, I like to copy it, which is Control C, and then paste it, which is Control V on your keyboard. Okay, so that's done. And let's go ahead and run it. To do that, you just double click on the left side of access on the query that you want to run. And you can tell you did it right. If you look at the screenshot for figure 3.11.6, if the first row match and the last row matches what you see. So that's a quick way to kind of assess whether you ran the query right. So to adjust the column widths using AutoFit or Best Fit, I'm using AutoFit, which is done by hovering your mouse pointer between the two columns so that when you double click on it, it auto-fit to show either the heading title or the values. Right, so let's go ahead and save and close it. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and close it. Now, to save a copy of the query as ticket count by factor, you want to go ahead and right-click on the first query, select copy, and then beneath it, right-click and select paste. So here I could just delete words so until I get tickets count by factor. Hit OK. And let's go ahead and edit that. So select that and then right-click, and then let's go into design view. For part A, we don't need the city field. So to delete the first column, make sure you hover your mouse pointer towards the top until it changes to a black down arrow. Then you click, and you selected the first column and it goes black like that. And you can either hit delete on your keyboard. If you don't have the delete key, you can select the delete columns in the ribbon menu at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. For part B, it wants us to sort the ticket number field in descending order. Ticket number, sort by descending. Okay. Look, let's go ahead and save and run the query. Save, and then double click. And let's check figure 3-11.7. And the first row and the last row looks good. Let's go ahead and close the query. For step 13, it wants us to create a new summary query in design view. The query provides summary data on the total fines assessed against each driver. So let's go ahead and go to create, select query design once more. And then this time they want us to add both tables in the query design window. So right now it's on queries. You want to select tables, then drag in drivers, drag in tickets. Expand the table so you can, till you can see the whole thing. Yep. Okay, so that's part A and B. And then we want to add the following fields in the query. So let's go ahead and add license number, first name, last name. So the first three fields are for the drivers table. And I'm going to click the left arrow so I can add more fields. And the last two field is for the tickets table, which is fine. So I'm going to have to click the down arrow to see that. And ticket number. Once again, it wants us to add the total row to the query. So click totals at the top. The only thing we need to change in a total is for the find field and the ticket number field. So for the find column, we need to change it so it's not group by, but sum. And for ticket number, it's count. For part F, they want us to sort the find field in descending order. Okay. Save the query as tickets by driver. Right click on the tab, select save. I'm going to copy this title here and then paste it into the query name. Hit OK. Run the query. Go ahead and double click on tickets by driver. And once again, don't need to check every value. Check the first row and the last row. Looks good. Brian is the first row and Rosie's the last row. Okay. We can go ahead and close the query for step 16. For step 17, they want us to create a crosstab query to count the number of tickets by city and primary factor. And this time we're going to launch the query wizard. So let's go ahead and go to create, select query wizard. And then we want to select crosstab query wizard. Okay. For part B, they want us to select the tickets table. Let's go to the next window. And then move the primary factor field to the selected fields. And if you notice in the sample preview window, the primary factor became the row fields, okay? Or they call it the row headings. For part D, they want us to select the city field to become the column headings. So you notice in the sample, city became the column headings. And then for this window, we're really just checking that the right values are selected. So ticket number is highlighted, count is highlighted, and yes, include row columns is checked. So that looks good. So all we really have to do is just hit next. Here we just need to change the name of the query to tickets factor city crosstab. Control V. Let's go ahead and hit finish. Okay. And let's make sure the results matches figures 3-11.9. So I'm going to auto fit this so I can see the primary factor here. So the first value is alcohol, the last value is unsafe speed. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yep. So now we can just go ahead and save and close the query. Save, close. We can close the database. And then we can upload and save the project file, which we did. And then let's go ahead and submit it for grading. Click back to top, upload my file, hit open. Yes, submit the file. And just grading it. Okay, so I got 100% on this one. If you do have an error, they would provide feedback, kind of help you narrow down where the incorrect entries are. And usually there's an arrow here you can click to expand. Okay, But for this project, I got 100%. So if you follow along, you should also get 100% too. So good luck on your project, and thank you for watching.